It's Friday, April 19th. My name is Rich, and this is your 5-Minute Fix. Welcome to the 5-Minute Fix, where we take stories about pretty much anything from pretty much anywhere, and usually we try to give it to you in 5 minutes or less. But ladies and gentlemen, today we have the details on that huge gold heist up in Canada at the Toronto Pearson Airport. Ladies and gentlemen, last week, maybe a couple weeks ago, I brought to you a little story about the largest cash heist in LA history that was stolen from a Garda World money storing facility. Ladies and gentlemen, this story right here, as the officer in the video we're going to watch states, is something that you would see in a Netflix film. We're going to read a little bit of this article first, and like I said, this is going to be a little bit longer than 5 minutes, so all you people who are always asking me, yo, you gotta make it more than 5 minutes sometimes, here you go. Multiple arrests and 19 charges laid in $22.5 million Pearson Airport gold heist. Ladies and gentlemen, the daring theft, the single largest gold heist in Canadian history, police investigator says. That's right, it was a big one. I remember hearing about it on the news myself, and oh my goodness, just oh so intrigued to hear how this went down. Let's take a quick read before we watch this video. Two men who worked for Air Canada allegedly played key roles in the theft of some $22.5 million in gold and cash from Toronto Pearson International Airport last spring, police say. At a news conference Wednesday, Peel Regional Police said their joint investigation with the U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, ATF, has led to multiple arrests and 19 charges, as well as the interception of a large quantity of firearms destined for Canada. So right off the top, this is some organized crime, firearms running, gold stealing type of situation going on here. Lead investigator Detective Sergeant Mike Mavity called the daring theft from an Air Canada cargo facility the single largest gold heist in Canadian history. He said two men who worked for the airline were instrumental in pulling it off. One of those employees, Parmpal Sidhu, a 54-year-old man from Brampton, Ontario, who worked in the warehouse, has been arrested and charged with theft over $5,000 and conspiracy to commit an indictable offense. Meanwhile, a Canada-wide arrest warrant has been issued for Simran Preet Panesar, 31, also from Brampton. Mavity said Panesar worked as a manager and led police on a tour of the cargo facility after the theft, then resigned from Air Canada last summer. Well, if that ain't an admission of guilt, I don't know what is, but it looks like he resigned and got the hell out of wherever. Got the hell out of Brampton, Ontario, that's for sure. Quote, they needed people inside Air Canada to facilitate this theft. And that's not surprising. Big thefts like this are usually inside jobs, just like the cash theft out in LA from the Garda World storage facility. That one, there was an update where they said that there's false alarms, multiple false alarms before this theft took place. So as you can see, a lot of these big heists don't get done without someone on the inside. All right, we're gonna take a look at this video. Like I said, this 5-minute fix is gonna be a little bit longer. We're gonna take a look at this video. It's about 10 minutes longer, so we probably won't watch all of it or it in its entirety, but we're gonna see the police tracking in this is wild. Just the job that they were able to do investigating. Man, it's 2024. You can't get away with shit these days.
This story is a sensational one, and one which probably we jokingly say belongs in a Netflix series or something greater than that. And so you will see today the opportunity for us to share with you digital media, elements of the investigation, key components that we don't normally do in media and press releases.
Divulging a lot of information, okay.
It's in the interest of the public, given the nature and interest regarding this. And so without further ado, I'd like to invite Detective Sergeant Mike Mavity, who was the case manager for this investigation, to speak on behalf of his remarkable team.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. My name is Detective Sergeant Mike Mavity.
What up, Mike?
I'm the major case manager.
Okay.
Project 24 Karat.
24 Karat. What a great name for the project as well. Project 24 Karat. We're going to catch these guys. They got the gold. We're going to get them.
Primary investigator, Detective Gord Oakes, who's standing to my right. We would like to thank
Commissioner Gordon
for their support. And to the 17 members that make up the investigative team of Project 24 Karat, some of which are standing behind me today. Through your hard work and dedication, you have made this investigation a success.
It said that this is the truck that was used in the heist to take the gold from the facility, but we'll see that.
Well, the investigation of those responsible for this theft is nearing completion. Other aspects are still ongoing. As a result, we may not be able to answer some of your questions about certain aspects of this investigation, as the matter is before the courts. Our investigation involves a stolen quantity of gold and foreign currency that were ordered from a refinery in Zurich, Switzerland.
Wow.
The gold and currency were transported in the hull of an Air Canada flight in an approved airline container destined for Toronto. This flight arrived.
Okay, my question is, I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of details in terms of what is coming in and going out. And I guess probably when they look at incoming shipments, they probably see, refinery in Zurich, Switzerland. Must be gold. Okay, I answered my own question.
Arrived at Toronto's Pearson International Airport on April 17th, 2023 at 3:56 p.m. Shortly after,
I was like a
gold and
year
currency
to the
were offloaded
date.
from the aircraft and brought into Air Canada cargo facility. At 6:32 p.m., the suspect arrived at Air Canada Cargo driving a 5-ton truck.
Here we go.
The suspect reversed his vehicle to the loading dock and exited
This is the
truck.
American.
The suspect was carrying a fraudulent airway bill.
And also, I wonder, because this isn't something that they say, but I wonder how all the suspects know each other. Obviously, the ones within Canada, Ontario, probably close friends or something, but this guy just seems like the random outlier. Maybe he works in shipping and visits the Air Canada shipping station very often. I don't know, but it's very interesting.
As he approached the warehouse. The image you see is the actual airway bill that the suspect produced. The airway bill is for a legitimate shipment of seafood that was picked up the day before.
Just easy.
This duplicate airway bill was printed off from a printer within Air Canada Cargo. Once inside the warehouse, the suspect provided it to Air Canada Cargo warehouse attendant. A short
There it
time
is.
Later,
There's the
a
package.
forklift arrived with a container of gold and foreign currency and loaded it into the rear of the suspect's truck.
And this guy, like, hold on. We gotta be a little sus about
Suspect
this.
then drives away.
This man is wearing like a full mask. I wonder in what situation does this guy usually wear a full mask when picking something up? And also, I wonder if this is one of the suspects. I doubt it because they are blurring his face. And maybe they're just not blurring this guy's face because he has a mask on. But yeah, I wonder if this is one of the guys that was in on it.
At approximately 9:30 p.m. that same evening, Brinks Canada employees attended Air Canada Cargo to pick up the shipment of gold and currency. Air Canada employees tried to locate the container, realized it was missing, and began an internal investigation.
Yeah, that was probably a big oh shit moment.
2:43 a.m. on April 18th, 2023, Peel Regional Police were contacted and advised the load of stolen gold and currency, the load of gold and currency had been stolen.
The load.
In total, 6,600 gold bars, ranging in size and weighing a total of 400.19 kilograms, were stolen. Each gold bar
It's like over 1,000 pounds, man.
99.9% pure.
Oh, wait.
And contained individualized serial numbers.
Yeah.
The gold was valued at approximately $20 million Canadian based on current market value. The stolen
Sheesh.
banknotes are in foreign
20
currency
mil.
of various denominations, amounting to a value of roughly 2.5 million Canadian dollars. Investigators from Project 24 Karat conducted a video canvass going door to door and business to business, reviewing video evidence from surveillance cameras beginning at Air Canada Cargo. Working with community.
Now, this is one of the wildest parts about this. You got to understand, like I said, it's 2024. There's surveillance everywhere. Essentially, whether people want to admit it or not, living in a surveillance state, okay? Not to freak anybody out or anything.
Business owners
But,
and people in Halton region, investigators reviewed their video surveillance and believe the truck took the
Just
following
watch
route
how
after
they-
leaving Air Canada Cargo.
They got his route. And it's pretty easy.
Westbound on Britannia Road East. Southbound on Dixie Road.
Because of cameras, whether it be outside an establishment,
Westbound on Highway 401.
a traffic camera.
We continued to follow the truck and checked each exit that Highway 401.
If you're in an urban setting,
Mills Parkway, Winston Churchill, Trafalgar Road.
it's easy.
Truck
Look at
did not
this.
exit
Look at
any
this
of
on the
these
side here.
roadways.
Watch.
This continues into Halton region as the truck passes.
They had him driving by there.
Parkway.
They got him driving by here. Look at this. The truck goes there. Look at this.
And go northbound on Bronte Road.
How y'all expect to get away with this, man? Y'all did not account for the cameras? This is where you gotta go like underground or some shit. Did y'all not learn anything from Ocean's 11?
We continue to follow the truck northbound on Bronte Road. Eventually, as the truck travels north of Milton, it becomes more rural, and we lose sight of the truck. This video canvass lasted 4 weeks, with investigators checking over 225 separate businesses
Damn.
and residences in Peel and surrounding areas for video surveillance and then reviewing the surveillance to see if the truck happened to pass.
Painstakingly reviewing, I imagine.
Over the last year, Project 24 Karat investigators have executed approximately 37 search warrants, 70 production orders, and interviewed over 50 individuals. During search warrants, investigators seized the following items.
All right, what'd they get?
$430,000 in Canadian
Straight
currency. We
cash.
believe this money is some of the profits
Look at them
the
Churchills.
suspects made when they sold the gold. 6
Wait, is that
cruelty-made
Wilfred?
gold bracelets.
I think that's
that
Wilfred. I don't even know who the hell is on
however, they
Canadian
lack
money.
various principles typically associated with fine jewelry.
Now look at this. This is a transportation method right here. Melted down, because obviously, like he said, these gold bars, they had registered serial numbers. You got to do whatever you got to do to get rid of them serial numbers. So they melt it down. They change it into whatever they can to transport it. This is one good way.
These items were sent off for expert examination.
Worth
and are considered to
$90K.
be pure gold. The total value of these 6 gold bracelets is over $89,000. Smelting pots, casts, and molds.
Here we go. This is what they used to do
In
it.
the industry to change the composition of gold. We believe the items you see here today were used to change the composition of the stolen gold bars.
We
in
got
different
some gas
forms,
here.
like the
Light it up. There we
bracelets
go.
You just saw. 2 debt lists. One per.
Now, here is what I think is very interesting. These 2 debt lists, okay? Imagine being that boneheaded of a crook that you keep these lists on hand somewhere, and this is a year later they're coming out with this. Who knows when they finally found this stuff? But they do mention that, like, it was September when they found the one guy on the arms charges, the arms trafficking charges. How long you gonna have this list? You either make it digital so you can get rid of it right away, or just don't make it at all. Because, man, you think about the people on this list, you incriminating a lot of people, and it's gonna get you even more trouble than you probably be in with the law.
9.943 million and the other for 10.023 million. A common term in drug trafficking investigations, we believe these lists actually
Licks.
show where the money
Well,
was
the list gonna
distributed
get him some
and the
licks,
gold
that's
was
for
sold by
sure.
the suspects. These lists were found at 2 separate locations, and you'll notice we blurred out the names. However, they are consistent on each list. We are working hard to identify each of these individuals. Some other items on the list.
I hope they use,
trips,
nicknames.
supplies, and personal items.
Not even street
Suspects
names.
used a 5-ton truck to steal the gold and currency from Air Canada Cargo.
There's the whip.
As the chief mentioned, that truck is behind me today.
That's right.
Investigators have
Their little
identified
trophy.
and charged or issued warrants for 9 individuals.
their little
with over
trophy.
19 charges.
So, you know, there you have it. Initial details of the arrests and the arrest warrants out for some of these individuals. There's like 2 minutes left in the video. He does mention that, like I said, the one guy, the American, was stopped in Pennsylvania, tried to run, and he was caught with like 36 weapons and a bunch of other shit. So that's essentially, I'm assuming, how they got it started. You can continue to read the article as well as watch the remainder of this video. Links for both will be down in the description below. But I want to know what you think about the situation. If you are Canadian, or even if you're American, did you hear about this story? I do very well remember hearing about this heist story last year in the springtime, and all I thought was, wow, inside job for sure. There's no way. And do you happen to know, or maybe know somebody who knows any of these individuals who are involved in this? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. My name is Rich, and this has been your extended 5-minute fix.